guy of your caliber, supposed caliber, you don't even get a shot off? You supposed to be the best scorer in the game. You got all these points. But you were looking for a bailout again. Kobe Bryant would have probably looked at it, rose up for a three, and won the game. Throughout history, people are going to, the little nerds are going to look up your stat line, and they're going to say, he got to be the greatest player that ever played the game. And people who actually play are going to know that is.
Tell us how you really feel, Kwame. Shannon, what's your reaction to his thoughts?
I just don't know what would have been done. What would you have done? You're the #1 overall pick.
Yeah.
I don't get it because LeBron was in a no-win situation. People say, LeBron, why would you settle for a three? Why would you shoot a step back this? He drives the ball. Jamal Murray does a great job of tying him up. And even as he holds onto the ball, he's trying to get the shot up. Aaron Gordon blocks it. Now you're saying, well, he should have pulled up. It's easy to say what you should have done after the fact of knowing what has happened.
Yep.
And Skip, he said, you're supposed to be great? Really, Kwame, of all the people, he should never, ever question anybody's greatness. Because this is what we know. If there's a Mount Rushmore for busts in the NBA history, whether he's the first head, the second head, the third, or the fourth, he's on Mount Rushmore of bust NBA players. There's no question. And then he's going to question a guy that's, whether you say he's first, second, he's top 5 of the greatest players to ever play. I remember I heard him talk when Kobe scored 81. He's talking about he's hitting damn good screens. Really? Dude, you the #1 pick in the draft, and you talk about you setting screens.
Yep.
Talk about the games that you played. Talk about the game-winning shots you hit. Skip, look, I get it. Kobe and Mike was graceful. They were elegant. They were Baryshnikov.
Yep.
But it's just not true. They haven't hit more game-winning shots than LeBron. The numbers don't lie. You can just go look it up, Kwame. You have plenty of time. Hell, you own your farm down in Georgia. You got plenty of time. You ain't playing no hoops. You should still be in the NBA. But you want to take a shot because this is your thing, Skip. Look what he did. Everybody, he was trending. He got exactly what he wanted.
Okay.
He trended more for saying something because sometimes, Skip, the only success you can have is taking a bite out of somebody that's successful. He trended more for what he said about LeBron than anything he ever done in the NBA.
That's a fact.
Whoever you are, wherever you are, hope you are blessed and doing safe. Ladies and gentlemen, greetings, family. Of course, I'm tuning in. You see me without the glasses off today. But if you're looking for some opportunities, particular advertisement opportunities, then look no further. Whoever you are, wherever you are, hope you are blessed and doing safe. Ladies and gentlemen, greetings, family. Of course, I'm tuning in. You see me without the glasses off today. But if you're looking for some opportunities, particular advertisement opportunities, then look no further at the link at the bottom to my email address. You can hit me up for advertisement opportunities. We are supporting and promoting your businesses here on this channel. You can also, if you would like to donate and subscribe to our Patreon, a link is at the bottom as well. So you have multiple ways in which you can advertise with the platform by emailing me when we go on through our live stream. You also have access to premium content, those that want to see premium content that you will not find here on YouTube or Facebook or Twitter, as I am suspended probably by now. You guys can check out the Patreon at link at the bottom. But advertisement opportunities, definitely email me, gavin.grich1@gmail.com for rates. And for the Patreon, it is the same as the YouTube channel. It is channel gboot2786. All right, I'll holla. Peace. What's up, family? Welcome to another exciting edition of Random Topic Tuesdays here on Channel G Bluetooth 786. Gavin Richard via Facebook and on YouTube, as well as Twitter via Periscope. Whoever you are, wherever you are, I hope you are blessed and doing safe. Tonight, ladies and gentlemen, I'm talking about one topic and one topic only: Kwame versus Shannon, a lesson in LeBron sexualism. Now, now I had to do this because over the past few days, especially with the NBA playoffs going on, I know maybe there are some of you who may or may not watch the NBA, have been watching the Eastern Conference, Western Conference finals because they've had the playoffs going on. Now, the audio that you heard just a while ago was coming from courtesy. Shout out to Darius and Tina Ferguson and Danielle. Thank y'all for tuning in. Thank y'all for being here. Now, what I was stating was the audio that you heard earlier was from Shannon Sharpe on his show Undisputed, as well as Kwame Brown, where Kwame was offering his criticisms of LeBron James. And among some analysts, sports analysts as well, they, of course, criticism of LeBron goes on while there are also those who are strong supporters of LeBron, a la Shannon Sharpe. Now, me personally, think LeBron James is one of the greatest NBA players of all time, no doubt. However, when it comes to his record in the playoffs, in terms of finals and so forth, he has always struggled in some way, shape, or form. Now, the man has won 4 NBA championships. Everybody likes to compare LeBron, this great player, to the last great player we had 20 years ago. One generation versus the next. How does he stack up against Jordan? How does he stack up against Kobe Bryant? Kobe Bryant versus Bill Russell. And I know they don't really say that, but Kobe versus Michael, or Bill Russell versus Kareem. And be honest with you, they don't really talk about, when they always in the media, they hype up Michael Jordan. They don't talk about Kareem Abdul-Jabbar and how Kareem accomplished more than even what LeBron did. Now, LeBron has, I believe, he has the record for most points. He broke the record, I believe, this year for most points by any player, breaking Kareem Abdul-Jabbar's all-time record. Yeah, on my birthday, that actually happened. He scored 38 points. Now, Shannon Sharpe, if y'all know, I've been critical of Shannon sometimes with stuff he has said. I've also been critical of his counterpart, Skip Bayless, timeout. Because when Skip Bayless made that, had been saying some slick shit about a lot of black men. But Shannon, he, and to what Kwame Brown, and you'll hear in a minute, Shannon Sharpe didn't have the smoke for Skip when Skip Bayless has cut him off and insulted him even about his Hall of Fame career. Now, Kwame Brown, let's talk about him, was the first-round draft pick for the Washington Wizards back in 2001. And Kwame has, Kwame Brown, yes, he didn't have the most illustrious NBA career. I would agree with that. I think that, yes, he did not, live up to expectations as a first-round draft pick would do for many people. But the man still played in the NBA. He still played professional basketball. He was a multimillionaire, still is, if I'm not mistaken, and knows some things about the game, which is why he was offering his criticisms of your LeBron James. Now, I'm starting to sound like Sean. Of your LeBron James. And now, when I have a critical examination of your LeBron and his game, I find that his hops are not that good. Because when I take a critical examination of the past NBA players, I'm starting to sound like I'm stopped. But LeBron, nevertheless, so Kwame just basically stated how on his YouTube channel, and he has over 350,000 people, I think, on Kwame Brown's Busted Life. That's the name of his YouTube channel. He actually goes in on LeBron. Basically, he's talking about, not that saying LeBron isn't a great player, but he was essentially saying that you can't name a shot that he has. Like you said, if it was Kobe Bryant, he would have taken a three himself to win the game. He was looking for a shot to pass the ball off, and he was talking about how he set up screens. And Shannon Sharpe, who is not a basketball player, he's a football player. Shannon is a tight end. Shannon had this to say, and you heard it earlier about Kwame basically calling him on Mount Rushmore. So I'm going to play this clip courtesy of Around Association. This brother is always playing NBA football, NBA sports videos, especially when it relates to this stuff. But I want y'all to listen to what he says, but then how Kwame responds.
Kwame was a failure. You don't make it to the NBA, the number 1 overall pick. Now, maybe some people say, well, he wasn't a Hall of Famer. He wasn't this or that. I still don't know what's his end game here. You talking about what Kobe would have done? What would you have been done? What would you have done? You're the number 1 overall pick.
Yeah.
And Skip, he said, you're supposed to be great? Really, Kwame, of all the people, he should never, ever question anybody's greatness. Because this is what we know. If there's a Mount Rushmore for busts in the NBA history, whether he's the first head, the second head, the third, or the fourth, he's on Mount Rushmore of bust NBA players. There's no question. When Kobe scored 81, he's talking about he's hitting damn good screens. Really? Dude, you the number 1 pick in the draft, and you talking about you setting screens.
Yep.
Trending. He got exactly what he wanted.
Okay.
He trended more for saying something, because sometimes, Skip, the only success you can have is taking a bite out of somebody that's successful. He trended more for what he said about LeBron than anything he ever done in the NBA.
That's a fact.
Now that's a problem. I'm just trying to figure out what was Kwame hoping to accomplish. Because he jumped on there like he's like, oh, and LeBron James, you're supposed to be a superstar. You're supposed to be one of these all-time great. You're supposed to be? No. You were supposed to be an all-time great player. You were supposed to be a superstar. Bruh, go at Gilbert Arenas. Go at Stacks and Matt Barnes that's been on your head. LeBron James has never said anything about you. And you're going to take a shot at the man. Why? Because you know what? I'm trending. And get people on my social media page. Bro, you a joke. You a joke. You from the crib. You from down. You're a joke. Really. Real talk. You.
Shannon and Kwame are from Yamakra, where Uncle Phil grew up. With the pig Melvin. I'm from Placefield, Georgia. I know damn well Kwame Brown ain't talking about no LeBron James. He said in my LeBron James wife. LeBron got a wife. I'm LeBron James mister. You heard of a mistress? I'm his mister. Don't come at me, Kwame. You on Route Rushmore. You ain't got it because you can't pay the dues. I might be thick tongue, but you a thin game. Come on, Kwame. Come on, Kwame. Come on, Skip.
You a joke.
Shannon Sharpe. Hey, Shannon. Have you lost your God-loving mind, boy? You a guest in the house of this basketball talk. Didn't you know that? And now, since you don't want to act like a guest in this shit and you want to invalidate me, you football playing dummy. Nigga, it ain't no first downs in basketball, clown. How you going to try to invalidate a man who was the number 1 draft pick, boy? You want to try to put some bass in your voice when you talking to me? When you on a panel with a nigga that buckled you down, boy? You on a panel with a white boy that blamed his coach for not making it to college, and you want to try to invalidate me, nigga? Are you a clown or what? I'm so glad that you just exposed yourself, you clown. You think you gonna put some bass in your voice when you talking to me, nigga? And that white boy made you say, I'm just trying to let me finish. And John Morant, just get you some of this goddamn tactical spray. You ain't got to worry about it. Don't be in fear of Shannon Sharpe running up on you and your daddy no more. I know that nigga big, look like a fucking bull with that big ass nose. You don't gotta fear him no more. You don't. Put that gun down, get you some tactical spray.
Put that gun down, get you some tactical spray for that big ass bold nigga. I know that nigga knows big. Bitch ass. Get some bass in your voice when you talk to me, buck. I'm gonna get this mama cooking. That's how Kwame talk. Kwame talk like this, because you gonna get that mama cooking, bitch. Straight up. know your career wouldn't have been nothing if it weren't for John Elway, punk. And Terrell Davis. Y'all wouldn't have won the Super Bowl, bitch. That's why I hope you got a permanent yeast infection on your ball, bitch. Boy. Talk to me like you got some sense. I know you ain't raising up on me, Shannon Sharpe.
You disrespected 2 black men to protect one. You bring up Anthony Bennett. Matter of fact, you brought up 3, 4 black men. You disrespected me, Oliver Candy, and Anthony Bennett, all to protect LeBron. You disrespected 3 black men. Oliver Candy didn't say shit. Anthony Bennett didn't say nothing. But to protect your little boo thing, LeBron, you disrespect 3 grown men, 2 men that ain't say nothing. You got too much time to fanboy over LeBron. Shannon Sharpe is going to damn near beat somebody half to death over LeBron next year. I predict this shit. That nigga going to be crying and, LeBron is the greatest. Angry, crazy motherfucker, you. Watch what I tell you. He going to be fighting over LeBron next year. Watch. An actual fight. I predict this shit now. Y'all heard it here first. Shannon Sharpe is going to be fighting over LeBron next year. Old ass 50-year-old nigga catching phase about another man. It's a damn shame. Old ass 50-year-old, 50-something-year-old fanboy football player arguing and fighting over a grown man with a wife already.
So Shannon Sharpe, he took his shots.
He even went worse. He went further than that. He actually said, LeBron James already got a wife. Why you try to be his mistress? I mean, he just went off on it. But I'm going to finish playing it because Shannon Sharpe got caught saying something.
Said Michael Olowokandi.
Listen carefully.
Anthony Bennett, Adam Morrison, and others for no reason. You know, he was talking to Kwame Brown. So there was no need to diss these other men. They haven't said anything about it. So what I will say is Shannon does come off like a fanboy. You know, you can disagree with what Kwame had to say about LeBron down the stretch. Now, yeah, he had 40, 10, and 9, and he played a great first half, you know, and he burned out, you know, because they played him all game. 38-year-old, they should have found him some rest, I feel like, in my opinion. But as far as the type of shot he was going to get at the end of the game, people have stats like, you know, you made this many shots this late, you know, or this player made this many shots with 1 second left. Well, that it doesn't matter how many you made, because sometimes the other player puts the game away before it gets to that point. They might start going on their clutch binge under the 2-minute mark. So by the time it's 30 seconds left, they've put the game out of reach enough. So the stats don't mean anything because that's not the nature of how the game went. But when you look at Jordan and his shot over Craig Elo, you look at a Byron Russell shot, you look at the shot in game 5 in 97, I believe, against Utah, one of those game winners. You look at the way Jordan ended games. That's what Kwame's talking about. And we know Kwame has some comedic relief in some of his takes. So you can't take everything literal. Like he said in his live, I don't think I had that part in here, but he said, you know, the part about Brandon LeBron jersey and all that, that was a joke. That wasn't a part of, that was just a little bit of comedy in there. But now he's saying, you know, Kwame is a certified bust because he called out LeBron James. He shouldn't be talking about anybody. But you should just listen. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I think Shannon thinks he could say what he wants because he lifts the most weights and he thinks everybody gonna be scared of him if they see him. But that's not how it's gonna go, Shannon, all the time. You know, some people gonna see what you're talking about, and some people's hands is gonna be nicer than yours. Could have been T that night. We don't know. We don't know. So I don't know, man. Shannon, it just seems like he tries to fit in. He wants to be LeBron's age and be with the group. It just seems like, I don't know, man. Something about him and his commentary and the way he talked to Skip he was a lot more humble than he was talking at Kwame Brown. You know, he was yelling at the top of his lungs at Kwame, and that's somebody from Georgia. Well, actually, Kwame's from South Carolina, but somebody you'll see South Carolina, Georgia, you'll see him throughout those parts, man. And so you feel like just because he's a easy target in the crowd that he's trying to be in, you feel like you could say what you want about him.
I'm gonna stop playing that because that's enough from our brother around the association. He posts a lot of good content, but y'all make sure y'all follow him. But yeah, so LeBron, the main reason why I wanted to talk about this is when it comes to commentators like your Shannon Sharps, your Stephen A. Smiths, the Skip Baylesses, and others, Max Kellerman, it doesn't even matter. Mind you, they are all paid, ladies and gentlemen, by corporate media to say and hype up the biggest thing trending right now, the biggest name in the media. Being that it's a sport network, it's the NBA Finals. LeBron James is the biggest name in the NBA right now. The Lakers beat the Golden State Warriors, whipped them bad. They couldn't talk about Golden State anymore. They couldn't talk about Steph Curry, but you had to talk about LeBron. LeBron is playing for the Los Angeles Lakers, which is one of the hottest, I should say, one of the most popular NBA teams today. And LeBron, although they didn't win, he is a Hall of Famer in and out. And I don't think Kwame's point wasn't the fact that LeBron James wasn't a Hall of Famer. He was talking about the play in and of itself. But Shannon Sharpe went personal with your Kwame Brown. Now, I don't know if y'all saw this too, but what Brother Around Association, if you listen carefully, Shannon had already praised Kwame Brown All right, I'm sorry, y'all. I actually, well, there was no sound because I got knocked out. So wait, are y'all telling me y'all couldn't hear the videos that I was playing just now, or you just couldn't see me? All right, I'm coming back. I wasn't going to be on screen because I was actually in workout clothes, but I'm doing this now from my cellular device, and I'm using my LTE because I don't know what happened, but it looks like my internet just stopped working. So I got to check that out. I don't know what's going on. But essentially, what I was talking about and what you all heard was how Shannon Sharpe was going in on. We're talking about Shannon Sharpe and Kwame Brown in mainstream media. And what I was basically saying is that they are paid to actually. Well, the video went out after a while, but essentially what happened and what I was showing to you all was how, and you saw the video, but you did see the video I was showing with Shannon Sharpe versus Kwame Brown. Did y'all hear that earlier? Well, let me just go back. I can't share anything because I'm doing it on the phone right now, and I didn't want to lose you all, but I'll just talk. You can all go look online and see where Shannon Sharpe and was going in on Kwame Brown on first on Undisputed, and Kwame clapped back. And Kwame, he's not one to hold his tongue. He's gone at Shannon Sharpe. He's gone at Stephen A. Smith. He went at Malika Andrews for what she did when Richard Jefferson, I guess, tried to hug her, and it looked like he touched on her butt, but it didn't happen. And basically, he didn't like how she was trying to basically me too him, and he clapped hard on her. So he's not one to hold his tongue about opinions and stuff. And he's had roughly over, as I said, if you look at his YouTube channel, he has over 350,000 subscribers. He's had Judge Joe Brown on his channel, talks with him a lot. And a lot of stuff he says is true, but because men like Stephen A. Smith, when you look at Stephen A. Smith in particular, he has made it known that his job is basically to, he said this himself, my job is to make money from my employers and try and get a piece of it. He has no loyalty to the black community, he has no loyalty to anyone but himself. He is not the voice of black America, neither is Shannon Sharpe. Damn sure I wouldn't want anybody talking to me with this. Well, come on, Skip. Nobody gonna represent me like that. And I like, look, Shannon Sharpe. I thought, yes, one of the greatest tight ends to ever play the game. And I thought Shannon was that dude because Shannon will say things. See, Shannon Sharpe will say things. Of course, he'll to stay in line with the community. He'll say some stuff, but then he goes off. He had that smoke for Steven Adams, John Morant. Didn't have it for Skip Bayless. And to what Kwame is saying is that Shannon is a guest basically on, he said he's a guest in his own, essentially he was saying he's a guest on that program and in this platform because he never played basketball, which he didn't. He played football, but he is a, I guess, a sports analysis. You could say that. He certainly knows his football more than me. And Kwame has his experiences in the NBA. So he does have some say and insight based off of his experience as to what could have been done. Now, I certainly don't think that Shannon is not qualified to make his opinion, but this thing with LeBron James, as I'm pointing out to y'all, is that it's media hype because they want these particular players. You got to remember, when I was a kid and you all were kids, when Michael Jordan came out, Michael Jordan was advertisement ready. I mean, he had deals with Nike, the Air Jordans, Gatorade, McDonald's. I can remember when he did the movie Space Jam in the 90s. He had T-shirts. He was in music videos with Michael Jackson. I want to be like Mike. That was the slogan in the 90s. And they wanted to put Michael, Michael Jordan was hyped up as the greatest, and still is considered if you go on the NBA's website, they can call him the greatest NBA player to ever live. Remember something though, Michael Jordan, when he first came into the league, he struggled. Yes, he lived up to the hype. He was great. I remember I didn't see him when he first came in because that was before I was born, but I do remember those 90s Bulls. But from what I remember in the 80s Bulls, Michael struggled against the Detroit Pistons. The bad boy Pistons gave him hell, even to the point during the All-Star game when Mike was an All-Star his first year. Isaiah Thomas purposefully shut him out from playing in the game. Boxed him out, basically not telling other players, don't pass the ball to him, not so he could pass up his stats. When they won the Eastern Conference Finals against Detroit, finally beat them in the 90s, Isaiah Thomas and that team, they organized a walkout before the game ended, so they didn't have to shake their hands with the Chicago Bulls. They hated each other. They were rivals. But this is a lesson. So what I'm basically getting at, what is the point of all of this, is that media is who tells you who your heroes are. But the point is you should determine, we should, who our heroes are. Not Skip Bayless, not Shannon Sharpe. All for debate. We determine that. So don't let anybody dictate to you who and what you're supposed to like, eat, and do. You decide that at the end of the day. Now, I'm going to wrap this up. This was not going to be a long live stream. I just want to talk about this because I thought it was interesting to see two grown black men arguing the way they did, and Shannon throwing the low blow at Kwame, calling him a farmer, which is nothing wrong with being a farmer. Farmers are who get your food in the grocery stores. Without them, we would be nothing. We would have no food. So that was an insult to them. But I'm sure if somebody insulted football or tight ends in particular, I'm sure Shannon wouldn't like it. That's right, Stacy. Paddle your own canoe. I'm gonna be out in LA actually in a couple of weeks, Stacy. So I'm gonna put the flyer up of what I'm gonna be doing in LA. I'm doing a show at the Comedy Chateau at the comedy festival. So I'd love for y'all to come on out. But yeah, paddle your own canoe. Subscribe to the Facebook page at Commonwealth Cause, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, Brother Darius from Atlanta. Also, check out, if you haven't, some Nani's Creole blends. Try no chicken, meat, or fish. Nani's goes great with every dish. But yeah, basically, Skip, I got did y'all hear too? Shannon Sharpe got robbed? Somebody knocked up this house. I got to do a sketch. I just got to imagine what's the 911 call like for Shannon Sharpe over there. 911, I got to tell y'all. Somebody bumped on my house. Somebody bumped in my house like it was the 97 AFC championship game all over again against the Patriots, Skip. Somebody bumped in my house. And I can't take it. They took everything. They took over $1 million. I had $500,000 worth of vitamin supplements. I can't believe it, Skip. I got all my Super Bowl rings, but I can't do it with my vitamin supplements. They took that. I need to be reimbursed. They're going to go to jail and they're going to give me that restitution. Yeah, I got to sketch. I got to do that I'm going to do that one. No, it just happened recently. I thought. My mama gave me them steroids. All my gym equipment. They took the workout, Skip. They took the iron. They took the iron that made the Iron Man. I'm gonna get out of here, Skip. I'm gonna find these bastards and I'm gonna bring them to hell. I'm gonna be like how Chris Rock should have been when he should have slapped the shit out of Will Smith on that Oscar night. I'm gonna come out that tuxedo. I'm gonna come up out of these clothes. I'm gonna hunt these bastards down. I'm gonna be Batman. I'm gonna find who now. $1, y'all better find. I will, Skip. He's calling everybody Skip. And I don't want Skip. I won't give to it with much away. I'm coming up with ideas for this. So y'all be safe and be blessed, y'all. But I want to think about that, man. Y'all think about that for a minute, all right? I'll holla. By the way, shout out to the young brother, the young kid who was shot by the police out in Mississippi. I learned that he's home and recovering. He's doing well. Shannon Sharpe has selective outrage. Yeah. Adrian Murray is doing much better. And I just learned that his family actually filed a $1 million lawsuit in federal court. $5 million. And he actually gave a speech. I'll play it Thursday. I'll tell you what, because I'm just seeing this. This just came in. He actually gave a statement to the press about what happened to him. So we're gonna play that for Thursday. I'll play that with Sean. But anyway, guys, I gotta run. Y'all be safe and be blessed. Thank y'all. Sorry we had some technical difficulties. All right, but let me get out of here. I'm gonna go after cable company for this too because they owe me some restitution. Good night, Skip. Good night, y'all. Yeah, they all gonna sue. So we'll talk about it a little bit more on Thursday. All right, guys. Peace.